Today I'm going to be playing some Pokemon TCG Online trading card game. So let's get into it. So here we are. I'm going to be using a fittingly Rayquaza Eelectrik deck, formerly known as RayEels. So we're gonna Dynamo, basic 40 HP Pokemon, not very good. But then it evolves into Eelectrik. Now, this Pokemon is great for its ability. You just attach an energy card from your discard pile to a bench Pokemon. And we're going to pair that with Rayquaza EX. And just look at the second attack. Just look at it. It can do lots and lots of damage, just discarding 3 energy. 3 of the lightning energy. Is going to do 180 damage. That is going to knock out any EX you see out there. Any EX. Doesn't matter what it is, any EX. And then if you're facing a Mega, slap another lightning energy on there. 4 does 240 damage. But we can't retreat because we only have the 1 escape rope, and we're definitely not going to be discarding the fire energy. So we're going to be using Keldeo. Russian ability, great, always used it, love it. Combined with Floatstone, for retreat, also great. Pair, used for a long time, love them, it's amazing. And then there's the other Pokemon, sort of like sidekicks. We have Raikou, Volt, lots of damage to any of your opponent's Pokemon. It's great. Zekrom, great non-EX attacker. Outrage, lots of damage. Bolt Strike, 120. And then you can just see the synergy here. Bolt Strike, that's 100 damage to itself. And then use Outrage. That's 80 damage to itself, and then use Outrage for 100 damage. Just keep on going. It's great. And then we have Rayquaza, non-EX. This is a good counter to Pyroar because of Shred. This attack's damage isn't affected by any effects on the defending Pokemon, and this includes abilities. Pair that with Muscle Band, and you have got yourself a 1-hit killer for Pyroar. Moving on to the trainers. Very basic supporter lineup. Skyla, only thing out of the ordinary. But I feel like you need it in a deck like this because you have so many trainers and it's such a trainer-based deck. Then we'll move on to the basic supporters. 1 teammates, 4 Professor Sycamore, 4 N, 2 Lysander, 2 Chorus, and what I'm counting as a supporter, 2 VS Seeker, just to get them back. It's great. Now let's move on to the items. We've already covered Floatstone and Muscle Band, so let's move on to the other ones. Starting off with Ultra Ball. It's a great card, especially to get Pokemon and getting the lightning energy in the discard pile in the first place, so it's really nice just to have, so great card. And then, speaking of discarding energy, you use Battle Compressor, just 1 of them. That's all you need. 3 cards, and then discard them. Shuffle your deck afterwards. It's really just a great deck. It's just great because you need a way to get the lightning energy in the discard pile, and Battle Compressor does that. And then, also connecting with Ultra Ball, we have Level Ball. Well, Level Ball, it's just search your deck for a Pokemon that has 90 health or less for Dynamo and Electrics, and then a Repeat Ball for the Dynamo and Electrics. You could go with another Level Ball instead of the Repeat Ball, but I think it is good. Then we'll move on to some basics that a lot of decks have. Escape Rope, pretty basic. Professor's Letter, pretty basic. And Starting Megaphone, pretty basic. And then we have Super Rod. I love this card, and I'm so happy we get it back and expanded. And then, for the A-Spec, we have Dowsing Machine. Basically the old Junk Arm, but as an ace spec. It's very consistent, as you might remember if you played a long time ago. Junk Arm was used very consistently in all decks. So, it's just great to have a card like that back. Now, energy. So we have the 4 fire. A lot of people think that 3 fire is enough, but I like the 4 fire just good. So, yeah. You could cut one, but I don't want to. So, and then we have the 7 lightning energy. That's pretty standard right there. And so, yeah. This is pretty much my Rayquaza and Eelectrik deck. So, let's hop over to a game. I'm going to play now, searching, and here we go. And so we're gonna get into the game, and he's flipping, he gets a heads, and he chose to go first. That's pretty normal. And I'm probably gonna choose to put up the Zekrom first, just so I can get some damage on it for Outrage. The N isn't going to allow me to discard that lightning energy, so yeah. I'm not gonna bench either one of those yet, because one, I don't want to get hit with a Team Flare Hyper Gear, anything like that. And if I get end, I would like to save some bench room, so. And it looks like we're facing a Virizion Genesect deck. We just see the grass energy on the Virizion. That's generally a good card. And then Ultra Ball, discarding these two. And they get a Jirachi. That's also another consistency booster, but we don't have the bench space for it in this deck. And he gets the Professor Sycamore. You gotta think my opponent's off to a great start, so yeah. And we do see the Skyro Bridge drop down. We do get the Ultra Ball, and I could discard the Lightning Energy, but I really do want to attach this to the Zekrom because it's just good. And then I'm gonna Ultra Ball away the Rayquaza because it's obvious we're not playing a Pyroar. And the VS Seeker because I'm not going to use it this hand. And get a Dynamo because if you get as many of those out on the first turn as you can, you're going to be doing great. So and then the N. I would not have done that if he didn't get the Jirachi, but since he did, I will. Then I'm going to play down a Muscle Band. Just as a good card, and then I can't really do anything else, so I'm just gonna end my turn. And my opponent, as you can see, gets a Muscle Band and drops that onto his Virizion. He's gonna Ultra Ball away those Skyla and a Virizion EX for another Genesect. That's pretty expected. And Sycamore, gonna discard that at the Energy Switch and the Shadow Triad. And like any normal Virizion Genesect player would do, he's gonna do that and do 70 damage and get the 2 energy onto a Genesect. And now it is my turn. I get the Rayquaza EX, but I'm not going to drop the Fire Energy on him just yet because I would like to get that Outrage off. And I'm going to Startling Megaphone. Get rid of that Muscle Band so that he can't knock out my Zekrom with the Virizion. And then I'm going to grab the N. And play it because I need more cards in my hand. And that's a very interesting N actually, because I get the double Eelectrik. Not sure what I'm going to do with the Ultra Ball. And Evolve, and then Outrage for 90. So, that's just pretty good in general. I mean, he's probably going to retreat and bring up the Genesect, but I got the damage on the Virizion, maybe for a Raikou knockout later. You never know. So, yeah. And waiting to see what my opponent does. And so, and he gets a plasma energy onto the Genesect, and he's gonna bring up the Eelectrik. That's not fun. I don't like that. That's gonna hurt me a lot. So, and then he's gonna Colress Machine, probably onto the other Genesect, but yeah. So, here we go with the Genesect knockouts. And then he's gonna hit the Dynamo for 20. Pretty expected. And so, I'm gonna bring up the Zekrom, just because probably what I'll be using to attack this turn. I get another Rayquaza. I'm gonna place that down, just because the Zekrom's probably gonna get knocked out next turn. And Sycamore away the hand. I do get a level ball, to get another Dynamo. So, I do love Dynamos. Pretty great. Gonna check my discard pile. Could use the Super Rod, but I'm probably gonna wait until I can get one more Pokemon back from that. And so, I'm gonna attach a Fire Energy to a Rayquaza, and then Dynamotor to that Rayquaza, get that energy there. And there's no point in Professor's lettering right now, so I'm going to Outrage to get that 90 damage on that Genesect. And, you know, even though my opponent does have the prize lead on us, it won't really affect... I'm okay with him getting a 2 prize lead on us, because now I got damage on his 2 biggest attackers, and so that makes me happy. And he's going to bring up the Virizion and Muscle Bandit, so he can get the KO. Attach a Grass Energy onto the Genesect, sorry. And then he's going to Emerald Slash, get the 2 energy onto that Genesect. And, I mean, I am going to get the knockout here, so that is going to be a good thing for me. And the Sky Hour Bridge, that my opponent really is helping me with that. And actually, with that Lysander, I can catch her up, that Genesect, and knock it out. And so I'm probably going to do that so that it can't come up with something like a G-Booster and just completely wreck me. So let's Lysander up that Genesect. And then I'm going to Professor Letter, because this turn I actually do need that energy attachment. I'm going to get 1 Fire Energy and a Lightning, so that I can attach the Fire Energy to this other Rayquaza as soon as I do retreat. And this is going to be a win, because now I'm getting a lot of his energy into the discard pile, which will be nice. So I'm going to Dragon Burst for 180 damage, Slash, and then Bite. And you gotta think my opponent can't be feeling real happy about that, because that was really his big bad wolf. That was really what he was going to use to get knockouts the rest of the game, really. And so, even though we're tied in prizes, you gotta think that I might have the advantage here. And with that, and that is not very nice. And he's gonna bring up the Virizion to get 70 damage onto that Rayquaza. And he doesn't have energy left to attach to his Pokemon, and so he cannot do that. So, you gotta think this is going great for me, because I have damage on his 2 biggest Pokemon right now. I'm going to get the knockout on the Virizion. The Sky Arrow Bridge is allowing me to retreat every turn, and you might try using a Sky Arrow Bridge in this deck because it could use it, but I just didn't have the space for it. So I'm going to retreat into Rayquaza with energy on it, and then Dragon Burst. Gonna put me down to 2 prize cards, so I'm real happy about that. And he only has EXs left, so he can't. It's not really going to be possible for him to, like, per se, put down a Safeguard Pokemon, and these decks don't really run many Safeguard. And you see the concede. He knows what's going to happen eventually, and so that was a good game. And I thank all of you guys out there for watching, and I will see you guys next time.